He doesn't have a dog in the fight.
A dog?
A dog.
You just call me a dog?
Hey man, you're in my fight. I'm a dog too. We're just different kind of dogs. Love the beautiful noise they call music. That music brought to you by Trash Beats Allen at Trash Beats Allen,
who is going to be dropping. You don't know when you're going to hear this, but we're recording it Wednesday. He's dropping a track for you guys on Thursday.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
As promised.
Hell yeah, dude.
Feeding the people for the summer.
Beautiful noises brought to you by a beautiful person. We love you. We actually just hung out with Alan. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We have some stories to tell.
I forgot about that.
It's been a couple weeks since we've recorded, but as you know, we are the Relatables podcast. I'm your host, Zach Malcolm, at Zach Malcolm on Instagram. Follow me there.
I'm your host, Dean Nimick, at Dean Nimick on Instagram. You know, professional tandles.
You ever have one of those good mouth days when your mouth's moving where your brain wants it to go? That's what I'm having right now, and I'm enjoying it. It's really fun.
Talking
nice.
slow.
Yeah, talk slower?
Talk slower. That's
Okay.
the thing. Makes you sound smart, too. You pause.
Measured.
Pull them in. And now I'm saying, you know?
I feel like I have measured speech, but it's in the wrong unit.
Like only when you're having,
Yeah.
only when you're having sex.
Like my brain's standard measure, but my mouth is metric, and they don't line up sometimes.
The fact that he used
Beautiful.
two just irrelevant units of measurement. I thought you were going to use music, but okay.
Yeah. It's Gay Pride Month here.
Everywhere. Wait. If you're listening from another planet.
I don't think it'd be Gay Pride Month in like South Africa,
That's true. Yeah, it's Gay Pride Month here in the United States. We got international listeners.
where it's tolerated. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, not everyone's as...
We just watched a 2-minute video. That way we can talk to you guys about how we know what we're talking about. And you guys should know more about gay pride rights. You know?
The only thing I took away from that video was mafia equals gay. Whoa. Yeah.
That's a new bit.
Yeah.
But to go into it, that way we can start this episode off with some facts. At least make it a little bit educational, water the rest down. You can listen to the first 15 minutes, say I learned something. Gay Pride Month. Don't exactly know when it started. Actually, I probably should have learned that part first. Don't know when it started, but it was sparked by the Stonewall riots in 1968.
69.
No, 68. 69 was the first gay pride parade.
Would have been so much better if it was 69.
It would have been. God, should have waited, guys.
You guys fucked up.
Guys and ladies, and thems, as we get it correct.
Days.
But no, it was at the Stonewall Inn. It was a hotel in New York City in 1968. It was a place that was owned by the mafia, and they'd pay off the police so they wouldn't bother the people who hung out there too much.
Gay people
and other people, everybody. But the police would still raid the place. And on June 28th, 1968, the police raided...
24th.
It was the 28th.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead and double check.
I'm gonna
that.
Google.
Yeah, double check that. That 24th was when. God damn it, Zach. June 28th was when the police raided the Stonewall Inn, and as opposed to everyone getting arrested and kicked out, everybody fought back. I know I'm right.
But it was
I watched the
69.
video.
It was 69 when the raid started. 69 is way better. 628, 69.
God damn it. Yeah, it was 69. I thought it was. Never mind. We'll get it. I'm sorry. We'll get it. The police came. Everybody fought back. So many people came while they were fighting back that the police had to go inside the inn while everybody else was outside. And then when it got real, is everybody who was rioting burned down the inn. Like they set the inn on fire.
They set down their own safe haven?
Yes.
Wow,
And the police were
gangster.
inside. That's when reinforcements arrived. Police made it out alive. Nobody died. Big riots lasted 3 to 4 days and then dispersed, But the point was made. The actions were taken. The impact was proven. And it kind of sparked my no sound in my... There we go. And it sparked just the gay pride movement, There was the Gay Liberation Federation advocating for gay rights. They were just... It all kind of sparked from the Stonewall riot. So we wanted to start off this episode by remembering what we're really doing here,
It sparked the movement, but it's a long burn. Because did you know, on June 26, 2015, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down all state bans on same-sex marriage,
Yes.
making it legal to get married.
Up
And-
until then, it was only legal in one state. Illinois was the only place where
That's why Chicago's a little fruity.
all that good stuff we did in the beginning, we just...
I think it's interesting that the mob, one of their ways to make money was having that safe haven for gay people, but they would overcharge on their drinks.
Yeah, they would like double charge, triple charge, and then if they knew you had money, they'd be like, "Dude, we're just gonna out you." Then they'd threaten to
Extort you.
Yeah, extort you, get even more money out of you. So
Which I think it's good that like gay clubs still carry on the tradition of having overpriced drinks.
just in honor
It's the expendable income
of
you know,
the
kids.
Stonewall riots.
Yeah.
You know,
So if you ever wonder why your mimosa costs more than it should, then
oh my
that's
god,
why.
that sounds like a corny like mimosas ad. Do you want more mimosas? Come on down.
It's weird how it's only been legal for 6 years, like to be
What?
married.
Yeah. Which that's we're not gonna look too highly on that when we look back on the history books.
Did you know Obama was against gay marriage before he got
I mean,
in
he was
office?
from Illinois. He was probably like,
I'm done with these people.
But he did come around.
He did.
He is very much liked by the community.
A little reach around, gave him the law. And
Dude, I'm trying to keep this so clean right now.
now the
He's taking all
extortion
the
thing is
jokes.
fucked up, but it's so smart.
What?
Like the mafia, I mean, they're dead now. There's not really like a lot of mafia, as far as we know. That's what the FBI
The
tells us.
movie stopped, but the mafia never dies.
But it's funny how they use social things against society. Like they use the fact that it was taboo to be gay and use it to make money. They use the fact that drugs are illegal, use it to make money.
Yeah, imagine hating gay people so much that you're like, I'm going to take your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to do anything. I just want your money, your livelihood. That's what I want to take.
I wonder if they're making money off cancel culture right now.
How do you?
Because if you think
T-shirts?
the Russians they use like spam bots and shit to.
But no
get
one's
people riled
watching
up.
Russian TV instead of American TV.
Yeah, but I just wonder how they
Like, what's their come up? They're canceling people, but how are they profiting?
They have these troll farms where you're basically paid to sit around and stir up controversy in the United States.
I get
Allegedly.
Right, allegedly. I like that. I mean, that's just fun. I don't
pretty
think
gangster.
you get any commas in your bank account from it, but it's certainly
If you could like start a whole movement that's like Hillary Hillary should go to jail, and then you sell T-shirts.
that's the only. This is how it works. Everybody who got caught up in the Dogecoin, GameStop, that's how it works. You make all these bot scam accounts that make it sound cool to have crypto, and then everyone buys crypto, but they had crypto like 4 months ago, and then everybody trailed behind them, and that's how they're manipulating us. They're trying to get young people's money because young people have expendable income, especially coming off of quarantine, and everything's online. So what do kids know how to do? Work the internet. Let them put their money in the internet, and I'll take it from you there. You know,
It's a good theory.
I think that's what's really going on. It's like selling. It's like what is the thing they said that you couldn't sell like toys to kids, or like you can't make flavored cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like you can't. It's almost like a loophole to like we can't take your parents' money, but if you have a phone and you have $20, you can just put it on the crypto yourself, and now take. You know what I mean? Long game.
I think it's where they still sell like Nerf guns. I feel like that'd be nerfed by now. Like they can't
Like guns, you can't sell
like
guns.
where you shoot plastic darts because it's just like training kids to be like tactical and know how to work this mechanism right here.
What if Nerf was like the Umbrella Corp?
What if Nerf was owned by the U.S. military?
No, what if it was the opposite? Nerf was the only company that was like truthful and like virtuous, and they've been trying to train kids for years to protect themselves and arm yourselves in your homes, and nobody wanted to believe them. You know, everybody thought they were part of the problem.
Nerf's like the gateway drug to getting an AK or an AR. That's what in my brain it is. So you have to.
What about airsoft?
Airsoft is one step above Nerf. Have you ever been hit with an airsoft bullet?
It's still pretty. It hurts pretty bad.
I'd rather just die.
Shoot me for real.
Yeah, that shit stings, and like you can't act like a pussy because it's just a little pellet, but still.
That is kind of cool how like guns are so fun that somebody was like, we got to make this safe for kids.
Yeah.
Like, this is too much fun.
I went to an airsoft arena like 4 or 5 years ago with my little brother, and
Nerd.
I know, but it was sick. They had like a whole like warfare set up with like different what do you call them? Barriers and everything. And they were like 12-year-old kids running around, calling shit out, like go, go, go.
Like being tactical.
And I feel like we should put all those kids on a list. Just so we know which ones are the killers.
No, those are the kids who are going to step up to the school shooter, though.
Sheepdogs. They're
Is
the
that
future.
good or bad?
Sheepdogs, they watch over the sheep.
Okay, I thought a sheepdog was like a bitch dog.
No, it's like a new movement. It's like a Tim Kennedy thing. You know who Tim Kennedy is?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Be the sheepdog that never sleeps.
Uh-huh. Super American. As long as they're on our side, I'm cool with it. But
What do you think? What do you think other countries have that aren't?
But they get hit with that Russian propaganda. They start questioning U.S. ways.
Already trained tactically.
Go to Chechnya.
I bet Russia has a lot of Nerf tournaments.
Oh, yeah. With real guns, though.
You just want to step it up. You know, it's T-ball. That's just T-ball. That's all that is.
You guys want to go watch War this weekend?
Oh, man.
But I want to go back to the extortion thing with like people knowing shit about you. There's all these online companies popping up where you can do therapy, like BetterHelp. You can text people for
Online therapy.
Now all these people have all your secrets. This is all Zoom recorded.
Right, it's
in
not
a
person to
database,
person.
and it could be used against you one day. It's supposed to be like a free thing, and no one else is supposed to hear it. But you know they're gonna sell that data one day.
But I think at this point in time, you can Eminem 8 Mile the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I have mental health issues. And it's weird that you're even trying to call me out for having mental health issues because I seeked help. And you know what you should have done? You should have seeked help instead of going and finding my therapy sessions, you know?
Yeah, but
And then you look like a dick.
Don't you think if you're high profile, like, you should never do that? Like a Zoom meeting, therapy session?
It's the present, dude. It's not even the future anymore. It's how you do stuff.
I know.
Like, I feel like travel jobs are going to slowly start to die out.
Travel
like
jobs?
Person, like, where you get on a plane, like, dad's going to Chicago for the week. Like,
for a conference.
Yeah, this
do it on Zoom.
Unnecessary, yeah. It's just saves the company money. They get to charge you for your Wi-Fi.
It probably save a lot of families, too, because you won't have other families.
No more company trips. I know you're on rocky roads out there, Bill.
He's meeting gay guys in Chicago.
Conference in Chicago this year.
In June. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll ever do it. I want to go. I've been thinking about going to talk to a therapist just to have someone to bounce stuff off of.
Here's a better idea. And this is what I was thinking. It might help you.
Let's cry for help.
Start like not a Tinder app, but start an app that's basically like talking to strangers. But it's like opening up to strangers who kind of don't give a fuck about what you're going through, so you can really open up, but are kind of trying to help as well. It's almost like a Uvo for therapy.
Like a chat room, but you just put your problems in there?
Kind of. But it'd be very like monitored for like if you start being a dick, like you just kind of don't have it anymore.
Isn't that what Facebook's supposed to be?
Supposed to. But this would be like a Clubhouse just for therapy.
Yeah.
Find some friends. Find like, dude, this guy's fucking sick to talk to. Talk to Zach, dude. And I hit him up the other day, and he fucking helped the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And then you can start getting reviews. It's like, dude, Zach's the best relationship guy. He's the best business guy. This is the best marriage guy. And then it wouldn't be like licensed therapists, so you can cut the overhead.
It sounds a lot like life coaching.
Yes,
but in a forum.
Yes, that's the proprietary.
Yeah. But then you'd have to establish credibility. Like, the people who are giving you insight would have to put their life online.
I like that you don't have to.
That it's anonymous?
Yes. Not anonymous, but like you don't ask your friends for credibility when you just talk about normal shit. They're just the closest people you have to you. So you just talk to them about stuff. There's something at play where they know you're invested in them. So they're not going to take you in the wrong direction because you're a part of them. So that's the credibility there that they would establish. Right,
so
yeah.
someone
if you
online,
leave a bad review...
Someone online, it could just be any asshole trying to give you bad advice, and you wouldn't even know it. Could be a Russian.
VPNs. God damn it! That whole thing fell apart though.
I gotta stop talking shit about Russians. I don't use any kind of VPN.
Yeah, dude. I think that's why our views are down.
Think so?
The Russians are. I don't know how they do it.
I tag China in all of our podcasts, and it gives us some views. So hopefully, we have a couple kids over there just trying to learn the truth. So
trying to stay relatable out there.
I don't know, man. What you got, man? You've been back at jiu-jitsu.
I've been back at, that's a good one. Oh man, I've been back at jiu-jitsu. I've been teaching kids. There's nothing like teaching kids jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing in the world.
I won't say the obvious thing about jiu-jitsu and kids, but you guys get it now.
I don't think they do.
Oh. Moving on. What have you been doing? Just drills?
I'm running summer camp and I'm doing kids classes. So teaching like
Real hands-on?
yeah, real hands-on. Zach is just fucking low-hanging fruit today. But no, teaching like 4 to like 14-year-olds how to hurt each other without
choke each other,
actually hurting each other. You know, which is the conundrum.
Have you had to tap a kid and put him in his place yet?
Like me choke
Not
out
aggressively,
a kid?
but showing him like you need to stop wilding out.
No, they're like, if a kid's like that, there's always a bigger kid that you can just be like, just go with this kid. He's like, and then the bigger kids are kind of like mature enough to be like, oh, okay, this is what you do.
Yeah.
But that helps. You just give them to like the little gym shark and it's like, all right, go ahead and get tore up.
The one kid with the mustache.
He's got biceps and shit.
The one kid who doesn't know he smells like BO. And like that kid's a murderer.
That's the funniest thing about working with kids is like, they don't realize that they're fucking characters yet. Like I've seen all of these kid characters and like like the fat kid who's like kind of grumpy and like the energetic kid who like it's just I've seen all of this and like they don't realize that like dude you're the guy who's not gonna get the girl because you just won't shut the fuck up like it's just
you get in your own way, kid.
Yeah, it's just like dude if you I hope you'll honestly I'm looking at them like I hope you go through this stuff but like looking at them you're like man
well that's why they're in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
good parents.
Yeah, some of them are good, some of them are better.
Yeah,
I'll say that. We're not going the other way. But yeah, man, it's interesting. Like, you just like see the flaws that people have before they've worked them out, like in hanging out with people our age. Just like, oh, okay, I could definitely see where this will fuck you over later.
Or they never work them out, and
yeah, and it's scary. Like, there's kids now that like, when I'm at the summer camp, like punishing or like talking to kids, like. So, there's such a different spectrum between like, hey, listen to me, and like, hey, please make eye contact so I can talk. Like kids who could care less about their parents and less than that about anyone else.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how do you like connect to this person? Like, how do you teach them to like, you gotta fucking.
Do you like teaching?
I love teaching, but that's the challenge I love about it is like trying to figure.
What's the age range?
4 is the youngest, 14 is the oldest.
Whoa, that's a big gap.
And it's from 4 that like almost poops their pants to like 14-year-old that like probably should have a diaper to like a 4-year-old who like is teaching 7-year-olds how to do things.
A diaper? What do you mean?
Like just kids of all age. Like there's a 4-year-old who does like barely can talk, and there's a 4-year-old who can like teach it.
Oh, right. And
And there's like a 14-year-old who's like a 7-year-old, and then a 14-year-old who's basically like in the adult class. It's like it's such a wide range of kids, even in that age group.
I always thought about if I want, because I've thought about teaching, because I think it'd be fun and it'd be kind of fulfilling.
Teaching or coaching?
Teaching.
Okay. What would you teach first of all?
Dodgeball. No, I don't know. I wouldn't have like at a certain age, because I wouldn't go past high school. But below that, it's just all a book. Like I can teach whatever. Yeah. So I feel like I can do that and give them parting knowledge that they could use to learn later. Because I feel like I never got that from a teacher, like how to learn. Like they just taught me stuff and that was it, but they never taught me to question things.
What would be your first lesson?
First lesson, don't trust me.
First lesson, I'm not your friend.
Yeah, exactly. No one's your friend. All these kids in here you think are your friends, they're going to sell you out one day.
They're looking around.
Yeah. I divide them early on. I conquer by divide.
Individually.
Yeah.
I know you got little groups over there. They don't trust you. But no, one thing that I did learn like really quick is like, in order for you to be able to like punish a kid, you really have to like encourage them too. Like if everything you say to them is like, don't do that, then like everything you do is like, I don't even fucking like this guy. But if like they do like the slightest thing right and you're like, that was fucking great, then they're like, oh shit, he says nice things and mean things. And
I think it's just the kids nowadays, because I feel like I never got that. Like it was always,
dude,
there's never praise, but
there's no coddling back in our days. There's a lot of coddling these days.
We sound like old men back in our days, but it is a huge gap between a 14-year-old now that I see acting up, being a little dickhead, and how I was a dickhead. Because I was a dickhead like Like I would just murmur shit behind my parents' back. Like I didn't want them to know, but like now they're blatant.
Dude, the kid today said, "I don't care what you say" to one of the other coaches.
Ooh.
Coach was like, "Yo, you can't hit that other kid." I don't care what you say. I was like,
How old was he?
7.
Oh, okay.
But it's one of those things where it's like you can't hit a 7-year-old. You can't go in timeout. Like he doesn't want to do that, and it's like I can't put my hands on you. Really, it's like
you can grab his arm real hard.
No, you can't.
No.
7-year-old, like that's a car ride home story. Hey, the coach counselor grabbed my arm really hard.
Yeah, I know.
What did he do?
Coach Nimick touches me.
Okay.
Come on. Man.
Go ahead and turn around really quick.
If you're liking that, you're back and doing your thing, though.
Yeah,
your sport.
I'm back in jiu-jitsu, which feels amazing, feeling confident as ever. Speaking of confidence, 2 nights ago at Rain Dogs, almost Peter popped off. But,
I thought about that until 3 o'clock in the morning when I finally fell asleep.
Dude.
Yeah, there was some guy leaving the...
I guess the guy who came to the bar right as it was closing, and the bar was like, "Yo, we're closing," and he got upset and was like,
like they met at the door. The guy was trying to close the door, and he was walking in. The guy, little short black guy, probably like 5'9", like kind of jacked, a little
Kinda
scrappy,
stocky. Yeah, kinda stocky.
like shredded up a little bit. And then he started talking shit. As I was walking, I was like, "Hey, we're all here, man. Like, let's just come outside." Just trying to like coax the drunk guy outside.
Didn't read
nah.
it.
And he was like, "Don't talk to me, man. Keep walking and keep walking." Yeah.
He got
And I was like, "Oh my god."
The accent wasn't there, but it got straight to the drunk talk of like, "Do what you're doing because I told you to do what you're doing." Like Zach was walking away. He's like, "Keep walking away. Yeah, fucking, you don't want shit." And it's like, no, not really, but I kind of don't like getting talked to like that either. And then
he finally got him out, which is funny because the little Asian guy trying to close the bar, like kind of like moved him out, like right outside the door, and then he just quickly closed it like a little kid, like I got you. Yeah. And then everyone like kind of chuckled, and then he turned around and started focusing
on the people who were close.
Yeah. And then he kind of bowed up on a girl. He took his shirt off.
Yeah, that was the part that everybody got nervous at. The guy took his shirt off as the guy was closing the door to like close the bar. Took his shirt off, like, all right, now I'm mad.
Yeah.
And then he started
it's an aggressive mood.
Yeah, very aggressive. Outside of a bar at like 2 a.m, it's aggressive taking his shirt off. And then started like aggressively kind of getting in this girl's face, who was just like, "Hey, like they're closing," and he was like, "What the fuck?" and just got in this girl's face.
And then she wasn't backing out. She's like, "Yeah, I did tell you to go." And then everyone was like, "Oh, fuck, we gotta fight for this girl now."
But shout out to my man Herman
Nasworth, the biggest balls of us all.
The biggest balls and the biggest non-balls of them all, because me and Ted were listening and watching, and he bucks up to the girl, and Herman goes, "Don't hit that girl. Don't hit girls, man." And then the guy turns and goes, "What the fuck do you want?" And Herman goes, "Well, don't hit me either, though."
And then they started walking back towards the road because Rain Dogs is like on a strip. And then they started talking, and I was like...
Herman literally like kept backing up into the road. Like off through the sidewalk to the road. And the guy was like, "What the fuck are you backing up?" He's like, "You have your shirt off and you're coming at me." Like,
that's my thing. I don't want anyone to get within range to hit me. So I'm always trying to like... I don't care if I look like a bitch backing up. Like,
keep space.
And I kept doing that. I kept circling him, and then he was talking to Herman. I don't know why I had my fist clenched up. Like I was doing like the thing where like you crack your knuckles. Like I was going to do anything at all. But it was so intense, and I was shaking afterwards a little bit, like just because like something could have happened, and I didn't like that. So I might need to get in barrio or not a barrio, dojo. I always derail it.
It was right at the end.
I was derail it.
So good.
The barrio. Yeah, shout out Herman Nasworth, the fucking true gentleman.
True.
Because none of us were gonna say anything.
I was honestly waiting. I looked at Ted and I was like, I think this might happen.
Yeah.
And I was just waiting, like, okay.
But I don't want to punch anyone in that situation. I don't want to get like in a police report.
That's why you gotta wait.
That's why you gotta choke them, right?
Yeah, but you don't choke first.
Exactly. So you walk up on someone and they're getting choked out.
You're
like,
if I walk up and I grab him from behind, like, "Yo, calm down," it's like I made that situation worse. But if it's like, okay, he start like, then it's like, okay, we kind of walk ourselves in there, boom. You agree with the problem.
I had all these fantasies later. Like, I wish, like, as I was walking out and he said that, I was like, what? It just stuck him right there. And, like, that would have been the end of it. We just dragged him out, all walk away. But then I'm like, I would have been...
You're the problem.
Yeah. Charged with assault.
He didn't do anything but try to get in the bar.
Yeah.
And then he woke up to you getting punched.
How much do you mind in those problems? Like, I usually try to stay out of it.
0.
You don't mind?
I literally, I was looking at Ted, turned my back on the situation, and goes, none of my business.
What?
Because, like, honestly, like... He was, I could tell by the way he called out the girl, he was looking for confrontation.
Yeah.
Like the eye contact, like anyone looking at him, anyone who was like, he was just like, what the fuck? And it was just like, all right, just let him do his thing.
And then after Herman kind of talked him down because they were talking, I don't know about what. I was like kind of there, but also trying to like socialize with other people here, like make sure everyone's cool, like the vibe was cool, so not all the attention was on him and he didn't feel it. He was like, yeah, man, I'm just trying to get a drink, man, it's all good. Like, people think I'm gonna fight them, and I was like, you took your shirt off, man.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know why everybody's so weird, man. And like, yeah, he was certainly.
I did feel a little racist when he was like trying to fight us. I'm like, we don't know you, man. I said that, like, we don't know you. And I was like, it's a little like, get out of here, boyish. Yeah, because there's a little black guy. I felt a little weird about that, but
oh man.
Otherwise, dude, pretty good.
How did you say? I was about to say, how do you feel about the confidence level? Think if something would have popped off, did you feel
in the moment? I feel like I could do something, but realizing later, if he had any skill fighting, I would have looked silly, because he was shredding. He could probably move quicker than me, and I'm like a little top heavy, and like I'm not. I could sprawl out on you. This. I know, but usually I do that in the moment. I don't do it. Like, I freeze up in the moment, but in that moment, I felt like I could do something. At least subdue the kid, because we had 5 people around us who would.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been an issue.
Would you have done something if he popped off?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When he took his shirt off, I was like, oh shit, yeah, fuck yeah. Because he was kind of just talking before, and I was like, he seems like a problem. When he took his shirt off, I was like, oh, this is like.
And like, I kept trying to think of ways to diffuse it with humor, but that guy isn't gonna react well to humor because he thinks everyone's gonna laugh at him.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. It's hard to do that with drunk people. Makes you think about drinking yourself, because I get in those moods sometimes where I'm like, fuck you, fuck
everybody.
Bartender.
Yeah.
Not violent, but I could get myself in a situation where I need to take my shirt off and hang outside of Rain Dogs, bully girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stay safe out there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is a good time to tell you guys about the Relatables discount. We are sponsored by us. 10% off everywhere you go. Just tell them the Relatable sent you.
Yes.
And, helps out the podcast. Yep. Spreads the word. And
let the cashier know. Stay relatable at the register. If she doesn't know what you're talking about, ask for a manager. Let them know it's 10%.
It's stay relatable. Pause. Look at them. And if they don't know, then you explain it to them. But usually they'll know.
Yes, they will know. Stay relatable. If you look at the receipt, get your money.
Also, the Amazon banner on the relatables.com. Click on that banner. Do all your shopping through that. Bookmark that banner, and it gives us a little kickback too. So it doesn't cost you any extra money, and we've made a couple bucks off of it. The likes of which Dean has never seen a dime. I think I owe you like $40.
Yeah. That was mentioned the other day. I do want to bring up, I left a note here. I don't want to reference the incident of what actually happened, or
You typing notes in your YouTube search bar?
Yeah, I didn't want to actually write the notes down.
It's a new level.
But do you have the I think it's like 4 words. It was a quote left about the Relatables podcast. It's our one and only 1-star review. I almost wanted to use it as a tagline.
Wait, what? We have a 1-star review?
No, we don't. Oh. But we got a review that was 1 stars. That was on
the what?
The Instagram.
Oh, we did? Oh, no, we're not going to talk about that.
I'd not talk about it, but I just want to read the quote. The quote
my God.
that I love, that I will cherish forever, that identifies us as a people.
Are you pulling it up?
No, I don't. My phone's dead. Pull it up.
The
for
post
me.
isn't.
It's like 4 words long, but it kind of
irrelevant.
Yep. Uninteresting.
Funny. Uninteresting. Hold on, I'm going back to the post. You should have told me to do this beforehand. We're proving their point right now.
That's okay.
I
really just the quote.
How proud of you? Uninteresting, unnecessary, and irrelevant train wreck that we call
uninteresting, unnecessary, irrelevant train wreck.
Boom.
That we call a podcast.
Tagline.
That's us to a T.
Yeah,
Nothing's more relatable than irrelevancy.
Most people are irrelevant. It's the most relatable thing you can be.
That's it. You know what I mean? Uninteresting. Who's interesting these days? Everybody's got an Instagram. Everybody's got a Facebook. Everyone's a celebrity. You know what I mean? When everybody's famous, nobody's famous. And I forgot the other one.
Trainwreck.
I love trains.
It's pretty spot on.
Yeah, you guys go off the rails quite a bit. Uninteresting. Come on now. Now you're fucking.
Yeah, that's fun.
You can lie to me, but don't lie to yourself.
Speaking of great comedy, we're going to head to Daytona tonight.
Yas.
To hit up a great room. If you're out there, Central Florida area, was it 386?
No idea.
Doesn't matter. Tiernanog tonight. If you guys are hearing this right now, you're too late. But it's going to be a good time. I can't wait. I haven't done comedy in a different city in a little while.
That's the best thing about it. You can go to your tried and true.
I can bring back old bits and not feel bad about it.
The ones that you know work.
Yeah.
The tightest 5 you got is the travel 5.
Yes, dude.
It does feel good. Feels good.
I have a good statutory
Sided. Yeah. Sided for the good stuff.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, man. How's your comedy been lately? You've been killing
Comedy's been good. Got a show coming up next week and a half or so at Flamingo in Murray Hill. If you're listening, that is Murray Hill, like West Riverside, the Flamingo Bar.
Jacksonville, Florida.
June 24th. We're having a show. It's a Thursday. Come out. It'll be hilarious. But yeah, I've been performing a lot. Been trying to get more serious. Been talking to comedy colleagues about comedy and getting better, and almost used the M word.
Whoa.
But comedy colleagues.
Wait, why?
I don't know.
Comedy?
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa, that was too many syllables. It's too many
Okay. But yeah, so I've been fucking upping my game, writing jokes, writing daily. I'm coming up with a joke a day daily. I will tell you, since I've started, most of them aren't good. But some of them are tried and true and are going to stay on the set list forever. So
I've been seeing you do a lot of new stuff, and it works for the most part.
Yeah, I've been making the juice fun. Came up with that. Oh man, a fucking new bit I came up at Rain Dogs, that gay and dancing bit. I love that now.
Dude.
I love it now.
Have you written it down to where you can repeat it the same way? Because sometimes you'll say it the first time and it's perfect, and then you can't ever find it again.
Yeah, where the pop is.
Did you record it?
I didn't record it, but I wrote down like exactly the first time I wrote it. I haven't like refined it, but I wrote down how I did it the first time.
Yeah. I like how you've been taking a lot of chances, man. It's fun to watch.
Man, yeah, it's just, I don't know. Somebody was like telling me just you gotta find your voice, because they said finding your voice is kind of corny. Like you already have a voice, but like just figure out what your position is. It's like coming from another country and trying to play basketball, and you're 6'2" or 6'4". You don't know if you're a center, you don't know if you're a point guard, you don't know if you're a forward, but you kind of got to do everything and figure out what fits best for you.
Yeah. I'm in like an impasse, dude. I don't even know what to write about or what I think is funny. Like I feel like I keep trying to write for what I look like and what people expect of me, and then that's
narrow.
fucking me up.
It's narrow.
Very narrow.
That's very narrow. You should write.
I look like that?
Well, what I would say to that, if you write for what you look like, every person you see go on stage, you should try to roast.
Oh yeah, I got something for your ass tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow,
Jesus.
CBD Cafe, Brendan Tassel.
Oh yeah, bye show.
Yeah, dude, I got some fucking.
That doesn't make me feel good at all.
It's gonna be fun.
Now I'm my wheels are turning.
We gotta roast him tomorrow.
Oh, that would be good.
Like the last minute of your set. Man, let's do it.
I could really torch his ass.
Yeah.
Brandon, I hope you're listening, buddy.
His big old plump booty. Put it on a
roasting
spit
him?
roast.
Huh? Are you hitting on it? Big pride month. Don't leave. Please don't leave.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to say this for years.
Shout out Brendan Tassel. Seems like a good guy.
Whoa. What the fuck? Could have easily said that sentence without seams. Easily came off the tongue. It's just a good guy.
Seems like a nice guy to other people. Anyways. Do you have any points? I don't see anything on here.
No, I got the Logan Paul fight. Floyd Mayweather. Don't really want to talk about that.
We should bleep out his name every time someone says it. He's like the Kim Kardashian of fighting. Like, the more you say his name, the more hate he gets, the more views he gets. Actually, Jake Paul's the dick.
Yeah, but why? He's not taking any views from us. They're listening to us to get to him.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, really, we put him on. You know what I'm saying? He should bleep out. No, nobody bleeps out our names, but just shout out to the boy Logan Paul. Held his own down against Floyd Mayweather. I went to write Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz put on a hell of a fight for the UFC. And then
he lost, though.
He did, but that's his brand now. He's got like a fucking 33% record.
But you're fighting is to win. And like, if you're not a winning fighter.
No, here's the thing about fighting in the UFC. You have to win and you have to entertain.
You get the draw.
Right. Nobody likes a boring fighter and nobody likes a loser. But if you can somehow weave your way through the balance of one of those, either be a very winning, not very entertaining, which Kamaru Usman was until late, or a very entertaining, not very winning Nate Diaz, who both have the same kind of draw and have a relevant career, but I don't know. If he was out there just to win fights, I don't know if he'd be as good.
Yeah.
Like he's the entertainment factor of like flicking people off and putting his hands down and slapping people, and like it's the gangsterness of it.
How much head trauma is worth it though? Like, are we enabling him? We're enabling him by letting him fight because we love him. But also,
it's like, how much is your mental health worth it? You continue to go to open mics and bombing. You know what I mean? The silence is slowly
that doesn't happen for me, so I don't
deteriorating your psyche.
I know, dude. It makes me stronger mentally.
That's what he says.
That's empirically not true.
Scientifically.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you watch the whole fight?
Yeah. It was good, too.
Yeah.
Like, the thing about Nate Diaz, which is like, yes, he lost, but he's always in the fight, which is the weirdest thing to say. Like, even when he's getting his ass beat, he still is like a pure like Street Fighter's fighter, where it's like just a drunk guy who just won't go down, or like blood come out of his head, doesn't care.
Is he
like,
Mexican?
Cuts on his eyes. I don't know.
And Diaz, he looks a little brown. Mexican fighters are known for their like staying up and not going down, so could just be genetic.
I want to look this up just to see.
He better be Mexican, man.
Or you're gonna really have to fucking Nate Diaz.
Mexican American fighter.
American from Stockton.
Born in Guadalajara. That's what I'm seeing. Just do Nate Diaz Mexican, bro. They're just gonna put his fighting stuff in the wiki.
I'm gonna type in the thing you want me to find.
Yeah, and it's gonna go to some article that I wrote today. And Mexican.
What is your ethnic background?
Mexican American.
Who said?
Sportskeeda. Sportskeeda.com. That's all I need.
I guess, dude. I guess, bro.
That's a Russian
Born and
site.
raised in Stockton, California, dude.
Pretty close to Mexico.
That's in Northern California.
Closer than us. So, Cholo gangster.
Okay.
That's what Conor McGregor called him. So, it's got to be right somewhere.
When's the last racist thing you said and meant it? Oh. Had hate in your heart.
Fuck, the camera went out. Last racist thing I said. I don't usually mean it. The last racist thing I said, where I thought about it, was when I was like, "Hey, we don't know you." Hey, man, the guy outside of Rain Dogs. But I mean, do you think I'm racist? Be honest.
Do I have to?
Yeah. I'll tell you what I think about.
Tell you what I think about you. You tell me if you think I'm racist. I'll tell you how I really feel.
Fuck, I don't know how long the camera was off for.
Oh man, you know this is why it's.
You didn't answer my question.
Huh?
You still haven't answered.
If you need someone to validate your racism,
I'm not someone. It's you.
what am I?
I would want to know if you thought I was racist.
From who?
Huh?
From who?
What do you mean from who?
Why wouldn't you ask Austin if you're racist?
Because he's a white guy. He doesn't have a dog in the fight.
A dog?
A dog?
You just call me a dog?
Hey man, you're in my fight. I'm a dog too. We're just different kind of dogs.
We both dogs, you know what I'm saying? But we're still different.
It is interesting to see though, and it's not like overtly racist, but I want to know how you feel sometimes when people who are like kind of our friends in the scene, in the comedy scene,
I love it.
say shit.
I love it.
There's a particular guy who runs a show. Whenever he says shit, it's like very cringy.
I feel like it's a real moment that seems healthy if they like read the room, but like I like racial jokes because if it's not funny, it's just racist. Mm-hmm. Not that it's seriously racist, but if it's not funny, you just said something fucked up.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a very fine line between like getting someone to laugh at a race joke and then people looking at you like you're fucking saying something racy.
Yeah.
So like when they reach, it's like, man, that's got to feel terrible.
You've thought about that before. That's what I in my head think about. Some guy brought you up on stage one time. He's one of my only black friends, And I was like, first of all, you guys aren't friends. So you
Right,
guys are
yeah,
like acquaintances. So like that's bad. And then he kept going on and like made it really racial in front of a group of white people, like a full white room.
Yeah.
And then I just didn't know how you felt about that. I know you probably dealt with it before, but that's like a bigger scale where you're like, you have to acknowledge the crowd and make it not weird.
I mean, I think I did when I went up. I was like, that felt racist, but I don't know. It's comedy, so like I don't know. It's the weird thing about comedy, like everybody thinks something's funny, but if you're on stage, you're saying it because you think it's funny.
Most of the time when people make a racial joke, I don't judge them because they are trying to be funny.
Right, like they're.
But in that situation, it felt so like honest that it wasn't funny. Like you knew he wasn't joking, and that's what makes me like. I don't think the guy's racist, but I do think.
I mean, I can't be everybody's fifth black friend. I got to be somebody's first black friend.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do, man.
But also, this is the point that got me there. Do you ever feel sometimes that you are put in a place, like put on a show because you are a black guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you should use that. I mean, you shouldn't like say no because you feel weird. But,
I completely get that, like.
And you are good at comedy. It's not like you're shitty, but they needed a black guy and they put you on. But sometimes, like I feel like people.
It is
like I see a whole bunch of white dudes on the show.
The
and
diversity
then, like,
card. One girl, one black guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it fills out the show.
Now they're good.
Yeah, they wipe their hands. They don't feel bad. But
how do you feel about that?
I try not to feel any way about it.
Yeah.
I feel like comedy is like the great equalizer. If you're just funny, people will tell. If you clearly are on the show and don't deserve to be on the show, they'll see that like that.
And you won't be on the show again.
Right. I mean, it just is what it is, man. That's the part of being funny. Everybody's just. That's the most vulnerable part of being funny. It's really opening up about the shit that you think is funny and getting other people to think it's funny with you. Like, you have to be vulnerable enough to be like, you know what, I do think black people smell like dogs. But it's so funny that I can convince you that's funny too. Without you being like, damn, that's kind of fucked up.
Oh, dude. Shout out Christian Blaker. He has a really funny joke about black people and dogs.
He does. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
He hasn't worked it out yet. So he's
That's
still
really funny.
That's Christian, if you're listening, you're just read the room. You're one step away. Jokes are good, timing's good, charisma's good, but just he doesn't. I feel like if he sets it up different ways, the joke is there.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just so dry going in that I'm like, oh man, they're gonna lose the.
Could have had a lot more invested in this.
A little bit more juice before you squeeze.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out Christian Blaker.
Shout out to your boy. There've been funny. I feel like recently people have been keeping other comedians accountable in terms of new material.
Oh yeah.
The people who are actually going to mics regularly and you see are doing new material. Some of the people who are going to like one mic a week, they still have the same old shit. And it's getting the same old shit, like it's been the same old shit. But I don't know, you can't fault him for getting laughs. That's the thing. Like, if you have a set that worked from 2 years ago and it still gets laughs, there's until people don't laugh, then don't fix what ain't broke. It's not like a snobby, a comedian's comedian. It's never gonna work like that.
Yeah.
It's like life.
What do we know?
Yeah, it's just like life. People are people. Everybody's getting by. Nobody's stealing from you.
Well, I don't know how long you want to do this. I
Where we at?
gotta do another podcast. I'm doing a podcast and then another podcast and then going to comedy, dude. I feel like
This guy's living the. You live in L.A.?
Huh?
Are we
Right?
filming in L.A. right now?
Let's go to Austin right now. Let's just leave. Let's just fucking fly out.
For what?
Let's walk there.
Let's shoot a podcast, walk in the nation. Matter of fact, now that we talked about it, it's about to be the summertime. You know, it's going to be a singy summer for the fellas, a hot girl summer for the ladies. As you go through those hookups, those trauma-filled events, those drunken nights, those does he like me, does he hate me, you hit up the Relatables podcast at gmail.com. You send us your questions, and we're right here. You know what I mean? We're the people with no credibility that have no vested interest in your life, that could give a fuck less, but we want to do right by you because we love you.
I say new merch idea. We sell condoms with holes in them. And then people use them, they get a girl pregnant on accident. That's so relatable. Boom. And we get new fans in the process.
Maybe a young twin will be named Stay and Relatable one day.
You know? Or Zach. Zach's a beautiful name.
Is it though?
Is it?
Zach sounds so racist. You know what I mean? For like a new kid, a Zach. Like you have a TikTok. You know what I mean? You're born with a handle if your name's Zach in
And the
2021.
middle name's Kyle.
Kyle's professional.
Kyle is more bro than Zach.
Zach is more bro than... Because Zach literally has a Z in the spelling of the name.
Zach is early 90s bro. Like vintage bro.
Highlight, frosted tips.
Yeah.
Zach.
Yeah.
Puka shells.
Ooh,
Zach.
I had puka shells.
Cargo shorts.
I had puka shells.
Zach.
And I was tan, and I had that coral blue shirt that I wear all the time. It had like Hurley on the front or something.
A Hurley shirt.
Yeah.
Hurley in general. Zach.
Some kind of surf brand on the front.
Kyle is more of a Fox brand kind of guy.
Kyle is Fox.
You were Fox. You're Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle is Fox and Monster.
Yeah.
And Zach is Puka Shell and Quicksilver.
And Dean is a black guy.
Not usually.
Not at all.
It's funny when I say
almost never.
Sometimes like we've been out and like said, hey, let's get Dean to come out, and then you come out and like you're a black guy obviously, and like you say Dean, you think it's a white name, like
oh no, we're waiting on Zach's buddy.
Dean, you know him? You're like yeah.
Yeah, he's coming.
I saw you been strumming the guitar. Speaking of Dean,
Yeah,
you doing
dude,
that?
I've been fucking back tucking the heartstrings. You know, if I feel like if I'm working my way toward homelessness, might as well build a skill.
You gotta know how to busk.
What's a busk?
Busker?
What's a busk?
It's when you get on the side of the road in like a little guitar case and you play guitar.
Yes, that's it.
Busking.
I didn't know it's called busking. I
Yeah.
think you call it busking.
Nope. You can look it up.
That's what the Google machine's for, you know?
I love how we fact check each other, dude.
I didn't search anything.
No, dude, you don't even know how to work a computer, dude. You should Google how to work Google.
Busking?
Busking.
This motherfucker is a liar, bro.
Dude. To busk.
To busk with a K.
buskin is a thing.
How do you spell busk?
B-U-S-K.
B-U-S-K.
To busk. To perform music or entertainment in the street or another public place for monetary donations.
God damn it, man.
Yeah, you just...
Where'd you learn that word?
Huckleberry Finn. I don't know. Sounds like an old-timey word, like a Mark Twain word. That's why I said
That's
that.
the most racist book he knows.
Shout out to my boy Jim.
NJ out there getting those black rolls back in the day, making way for Denzel.
Man, we gotta write something like some short stories that are just artistic and a little provocative. Maybe some sketches. We don't do anything, man. We're the worst. We've been talking about doing sketches for years. We'll like have an idea, bullshit about it, and then never come to fruition. What do you think?
We did a few sketches on TikTok.
Those aren't sketches, man. Those are dance. Those are challenges.
YouTube sketches. Oh man!
Like
all right,
Gillian Keeves. Look up Gillian Keeves. Shit like that, dude.
Oh my god, dude, he has the most fucking deep cut. Like if only I would know, and I'm asking you because I know you don't know kind of references.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Make you feel real
Like
dumb.
just say Key and Peele. Just
Yeah.
say the Chappelle Show. You know what I mean?
Can't Peele's too much. Chappelle's Show we could do.
Chappelle Show. I'm not mad at.
Low production.
What we should do is take a show that was already made in the 80s and just redo it. And all these young kids will have no fucking
Word for
clue.
word?
Yeah.
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 In living color.
How do you feel about that?
In color.
Comedians who were stealing bits, like we witnessed the other night, pretty much verbatim, taking a skit online. Making it a bit on
the Onion
stage.
thing,
Yes.
the Onion video.
Mhm.
That kid, he's new. He doesn't know. If we would just talk to him and told him, I bet he's not going to do it again. He seems like a good kid.
I was talking to Jamar about it, but he was like, sometimes maybe that's what you need to get started and feel funny before you start
Yeah.
being vulnerable with your material.
But the thing is, the kid didn't even make it funny. Like, he made
that
it
was
worse.
the point that I wanted. Like, even if you're gonna do it, I just talked to him about being funny as opposed to. But maybe he's like, I want to be a comedian, but I don't feel vulnerable enough. But let me see how it is getting laughs on stage, and then.
The kid in question, he's new. He's like very shy. He leaves right after he goes on. He's not sticking around. He obviously has some insecurities. So I don't think we don't need to beat him down. Like
Yeah.
If you see a guy,
I mean, but who's gonna police us if we don't police us?
we will police each other when it matters. Like that guy in front of Rain Dogs. We were all waiting to police him, but he didn't.
Fair enough.
Throw any bombs
Until he starts getting sets when there should be a black man.
Yeah. Yeah, unless he takes any of your shit. Because sometimes I'll hear stuff, I'm like, that's definitely, I've heard that before, but I could have just heard this guy. I've been less policey in that aspect.
I do think, yeah, there are a lot of ideas that go around. But I feel like that's more of just like good writing. That's like, they took your idea, made it funnier than you thought it was, and now you're upset that like they're doing your, or like you feel like they're doing your stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know. Like the COVID, everyone had like a better COVID joke, and now that it's Pride Month, everyone's kind of upping the Pride joke.
Is it over now? Can I not talk about the COVID anymore? It's like maybe 2 years from now, yeah, with a new perspective. But I feel like I've been trying to do pandemic stuff, and no one wants to hear about it.
As long as it's short,
yeah.
As long as it's breathed and makes people, I don't know, just got to evoke emotion. That's what comedy is. From two open micers, comedy is emotion.
It's building tension and releasing it.
Yeah.
That's what I've always heard. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Friction.
Edging.
Yeah.
Edge out.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap this up. You're heading to the breakaways?
I'm going, I think it's Breakaway. I think it's called Breakaways. Yeah, I'm going to Breakaways, then Tiernanog. Zach's going to do a podcast, then Tiernanog.
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyone who's listening, we look forward to seeing you at the shows, man. We'll hand you a free sticker. You mention the relatables to us, we give you a free sticker, and we'll give you a kiss on the lips.
Yeah. While you're mentioning our shows, using that relatables discount, 10% off anywhere, like we said. Just
while you're emailing all of your questions and advice to the relatables@gmail.com.
And hitting that Amazon banner, doing all your shopping through that. It doesn't cost you any extra money. Gives us a little kickback, and we'll love you more. While you're doing all that, please keep liking, sharing, subscribing, and as always, stay relatable.
Hey,